Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing Broken by Bullet for My Valentine. I had a request to do this song, I think it was last week, early last week, and I thought I'd better do a cover of it before I do the actual lesson. So if you haven't seen that, be sure to go and check that out. I'll play the whole thing for you. This is going to be the usual format of my lessons, which is each section broken down nice and slow. I'm not going to be rushing through anything. Going to cover what guitar's doing what. It's a nice one actually because it's not your typical Bullet format where they like to go all around the houses and do lots of different sections and stuff like that. It's a nice, easy intro, verse, chorus kind of thing. So yeah, let's get into it. So just before I start, my gear that I'm using for this video, my BC Rich Matt Tuck signature guitar, EMG loaded as usual, and that's running straight into bias effects, and then that's straight into my DAW, and that's literally it. My DAW is Cubase, in case anybody's wondering as well. I haven't got a load of effects sat on top of my guitar just so you can hear what's going on, so I'm not absolutely drowned and drenched in reverb like you know I usually like to do. So yeah, let's keep it quite stark so you can actually hear what's going on. So this one's from the Venom album, and it's a little bit of a dark horse on this album actually. I think a lot of other tracks got all the attention. This is a right thrashy little number if you like, and there's a really cool quick guitar solo hiding in there. I'm not sure what you guys think. I didn't think it was that big of a hit personally, but the more I delved into this one, I really started to enjoy it more, and I noticed little bits and pieces about it that I really like. So yeah, this song packs quite a punch really. It's full of thrashy riffs, and it's got a really cool chorus riff, I think, and it's got a real shreddy guitar solo and a tappy intro as well. It kind of covers everything that Bullet do, but it's in a smaller sort of package, which is probably what they were going for with it. So this song, in true Bullet for My Valentine fashion, is a drop C song. So you've got C, G, C, F, A, D. C, G, C, F, A, D. So that's a D standard tuned guitar, and we're tuning the 6th string all the way down to a C. Okay, so the intro, it just starts with a big up and down slide. And I don't think there's any bending going on. It's just on the 6th string. And generally what I've actually got here going on is, if you want to get the most out of this, I suppose, if you like, I think I'm kind of actually doing the 6th and the 5th string together. And just don't think about it. Just be loose and just pick, and you know, a good place to start from, because it's an up and a down. If you listen to it, sort of around 3 to 5. If you start from there, just don't go too high up. Yeah, not too high up. Just keep it local. Yeah, simple. So pick. And that's both guitars doing that right there. After that happens, you've got the guitar on the left, and if you don't know what I'm talking about here, I'm sorry if you've heard this 1,000 times on my lessons before, but I will cover it for anybody who's new. When heavy metal guitars are usually tracked on the sound spectrum, or your earphones if you like, you've usually got one guitar that's sat all the way in your left ear and one guitar that's sat all the way panned in your right ear, and they'll do that in the DAW or digital audio workstation, so Pro Tools, Cubase, whatever it is you're using. They'll record a guitar straight in and they'll move it to one side, and that's how you'll get a really wide sound and how you can play off of each other with counterpoints and harmonies and stuff like that. So there's that. So there's two main guitars here that I've picked out anyway, that are driving this song rhythmically. You've got the guitar on the left, which is going to do a precursor to the main riff, and it goes something like this. This song is it's a 2nd fret song, okay? So all your positions, if you've been playing songs like A Voice Resides and stuff like that, traditional Bullet stuff, all your positions are going to move up to the 2nd fret. Okay? So this song is actually in D minor, if you want to think of it that way. So we've got C, C sharp, D. And that second fret is a pedal point for the entire song. That's going to be your bass note that you're pretty much always pedaling back to, if you like. So this precursor riff that leads into the main riff, it goes something like this. Okay, and that runs through 4 times. Let's slow that down. So I'm starting off with an open hammer on, an open to a hammer on to second fret. Okay, single note, 6th string. Okay, and then you've got okay. After that, you're going to use your pinky on the 4th string to do 5, and you are going to pull that note off to the 2nd fret here. But the way you're going to do that is you're not going to move it down or anything like that. You're going to keep your 1st finger barred. This is classic Bullet for My Valentine. They love to bar a root note, if you like, and from there they'll play all other notes sort of surrounding that. Songs like Waken the Demon, Ashes of the Innocent, they're classic examples of that. Okay, so you see how my 1st finger didn't move. Pick. Okay, that was slow. Okay, and really, I'm going to say it again, I say it in all my lessons, control the gain. This will be one of the noisiest riffs in the world if you do not control your distortion. So, and your fingers at that. Make sure you're not pulling off onto any strings and making an unwanted sound. Okay, and that's it. So the riff itself that actually gets repeated is in all. So there's your technique. The riff that gets repeated is this. Okay, and you're going to repeat that 4 times. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Okay. Okay, so that's your guitar on the left. So the guitar on the right is going to do a counter to that and just do some, like, I don't know, like Metallica 1 style pedal notes right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your 1st finger just doing the power chord right here. Okay, that's our lowest note for this song, if you like. There is a couple of times we're going to pedal off of it, yes, but the note you're going to be referring back to, like I said, is that D note right there, that D5 power chord. D5 power chord, 5th chord, just in case you didn't know. 5th chord, power chord, same thing. No major or minor tonality to them. Okay, this riff. So literally, that's all there is to that. It's all alternate picked. This song massively majors on alternate picking. And this is no exception. So and that there, like sort of loading a shotgun kind of sound, it's your string damping, okay? And how I'm getting that is I've got my 1st finger, sorry, I've got all my fingers here, laid flat across the strings right here. You want to be careful where you do that because there's harmonics that sit right the way across the fretboard. You don't want those, you don't want any of them popping out. So just kind of the region that you're in, keep it quite dead here, and I'm literally just laying my fingers flat across the strings. I'm not pushing down, we don't want notes. And I'm not playing over areas like 5th fret, even coming back into 3rd a little bit and 4th. not playing areas that are rich harmonically, shall we say. So you really want that dead sort of sound. The strumming that I've got going on there is down, up, up. It's a feel thing. You might find a different feel for it. Don't take everything as gospel. But that was the feel I got from doing it. So I'm literally, yeah, and really, it's like a Dave Mustaine thing. I mean, a lot of people do it, but Dave Mustaine does it massively with Megadeth, right? As far as influence goes, really drag the strings. Okay, and you should be able to have those notes die without having to kill them yourself. Trust your left hand. Don't always kill your strings with your right hand. Use left hand damping. It's really important. So and then at the end of that, he slides out into the main riff, like we did earlier. But this time, I don't think he's doing it. He might be, I can't quite remember, but either way, you'll hear it. Just do a big into the main riff. I think it's just a straight down from there. Just pick a spot that's pretty high up, not too high past 12th fret or anything, just, okay? That's the guitar on the right. So before we look at the main riff, just that counter riff there, just keep it slow. Yeah? Use your ear, use feel, keep it slow. Next, both guitars go into the main riff right here, and they do exactly the same thing, which is quite cool, really. There's no harmonies going on it. It just sits together, so both guitar left and right do exactly the same riff here. So it's the main riff based off of that intro riff we were doing. So it's... Okay? So we've got the pull-offs going on here, as well as pedaling and hammering on right here with back to that 2nd fret. So we're going off the 2nd fret again, and we're going to hammer into that. Okay? Okay? And these two notes here, when I mentioned the tuning earlier, we've got C, G, C. And that's kind of the point of this riff. It's like it's an octave riff, essentially, what's going on, or the playing with the octaves. So it's like a Led Zeppelin thing, I guess, playing with the octaves, doing the higher one and the lower one, or take a Lords of Summer Metallica. So these two strings are tuned the same, right? You're doing exactly the same thing on each string when you're doing the pull-offs. Just one's going to sound high and one's going to sound low, but they're the same note. Just an octave apart, 12 notes apart, if you like. Okay? Same note. So that's your riff. For the first 3 times, we're going to start always with the higher one, which is on the 4th string. Same pull off. So we're going to pull off 5 to 2, 5 to 2 here. Okay? Difficult to get all those notes in, but if you keep it slow, you will get it. I'm going to say it again. I say this almost in every video. Matt Tuck is a rhythm picking genius, and it just comes natural to him. It's the same with James Hetfield, Mark Tremonti, another one. It just, their picking style is so aggressive. But if you put the time and practice in, you can achieve exactly the same thing. I'll let you know when I have. Okay? And what you're aiming for is that really thrashy sound eventually. So that's your riff that you're going to run through 3 times. The last time, he changes it up. He starts with a pull-off on the 6th string instead. It's the same notes. He does this. Okay? So he just switches it round. So on the last run of it, so you play it the riff 3 times as we've learnt it. The last time, okay? And really get used to skipping that string in the middle there. That's what's going to catch you on this riff. Really get the feel going for skipping strings. Starting off with songs like A Whole Lot of Love or, you know, Lords of Summer, Metallica, if you know that one as well. These kind of like octave-based riffs where you're skipping the string. It's a technique that's invaluable to learning this kind of thing. So altogether, the riff will be this. Okay, and then with that down up right at the end of it, and that's going to take you into the verse section. Make sure you're happy with this, because each time we play it, it's going to be exactly the same as this. When I refer to it later on, I won't go into it as much depth because you've already learned it. So that is the riff. Each time it's played, that's how we're going to play it. Something like that. So moving on now into the verse section. This thrashy power chordy thing, I'm pretty sure the guitars left and right are doing exactly the same thing here, but the way it's mixed sounds a little distant. The guitars sort of strip back a bit, I think. I'm not sure if the guitars are mixed closer into the center than all the way on the outside. That's a Bob Rock technique, Black Album. The reason those songs sound so big when it hits the chorus is they'll have guitars that aren't in there for like verse sections. And then what they'll do come the chorus is they'll throw an extra layer of guitars in to make it boom, sound absolutely massive. And those big, massive choruses pop out. So here, this is literally what's going on, and this is in a live setting. This is what Padge is going to do. So it's basically your 5th chords, right? Your power chords that you learn. Okay? And you're going to start from this E5 right here, which is 7th fret. It's an E5 position. But we're tuned differently now, so it'll be something else. D5, actually. This position here, you've got 7 and 9. And one thing that I'm gonna own up to it now. I didn't realize until I started writing the structure of this song for this lesson. I didn't do this on my cover, so if you're wondering why the hell it is, it's just not in there. And it's funny because I got away with it because you don't hear it out, if that makes sense. There's a note difference. I thought it was, but it's not. And I should have known this. He does a traditional Matt Tuck thing, like when he does on The Last Fight. And he starts with his pinky up on the 10th fret. And then he goes to the 7, okay? And I didn't know that before. So if you see that out on my cover, I apologize. So, yeah. And now I've heard it, I think to myself, how the hell did I miss that? It's so obvious to me now that I've heard it. I can't unhear it. So this means you're going to learn it the right way. So there we go. So you've got, it's all alternate picking. Okay. Okay, familiar shapes. We've used these before in bullet songs. So we're going to start with the pinky on 10th, and then you're going to go to the 9th, and have your third finger there ready, waiting for when we move down. Okay, that's how it starts. And the whole thing's palm muted. Rest your palm on the bridge. Okay. This is one of those riffs that's really hard to play slow. And what I mean by that is it's hard to break it down and play it with the same feel because it is so fast when you're playing it up to speed. I don't mean to say just go in and try and play it up to speed straight away if you think you're going to struggle with it. Of course, build up to it. But when you are there, you'll realize that it is just so much easier to play up to speed than it is to play slow. Another thing here is because we're playing faster, there's a lot of temptation to cramp up and tighten up the wrist and to start angling that pick that way. And you're going to get so much scratchy noise. Try and resist the temptation and keep your wrist relaxed as possible for this. Otherwise, you're going to cramp up and you're going to start slashing the strings with your pick, and it's going to be... You're going to have all that unwanted noise. I mean, listen to the difference. If I pick flat now... Okay, now if I pick that at that angle... Listen to that, all that unwanted noise. I can hear it anyway. And to me, it just feels better to keep it flat. Also, as flat as possible. There's obviously a certain angle going on there. And also, another thing to say is your picks will last longer as well because you won't be grinding against... If you'll notice... If you start grinding against the strings, it'll start getting this ridge here where it's been grinding against them. So your picks will last longer as well. So this is how we start. Then what he does is he moves back a fret, or 2 frets even, and he's going to go to 5 and 7. Okay? And then he's going to move back again to 3 and 5, the C5 position. Now, at the end of that, he's going to go 5, 4, okay? Okay, so altogether you've got... Okay? Okay, like I said, once you start getting up to speed, you'll start getting the feel of it, because it's a hell of a lot of notes in there. So yeah, just be slow with it. Okay. And there you go, I'm doing at the end of that. Up to 7, down to 4. I catch that with my pinky. Okay, after that, it repeats. But this time, he's going to go up to 7 and then 9, okay? So he's going to build up. Okay, so that's literally it. So the first run of it, you've got your tail at the end of it with your 7 and 4. The next run of it, you're going to build up with your 7 and 9. That repeats 2 times, okay? So... Then repeat it twice, well, sorry, repeat it once. So that takes place twice, if that makes sense. So repeat it once. And then we're going to go over into the pre-chorus. Before we do, there's some harmonics, some natural harmonics that are being run over that riff. Okay, this is in a live setting. I can only find one video where they've played this one live. It's a bit difficult to see what's going on because it's front row and the camera's getting knocked all over the place. What's going on here is it's like Tonica, Evanescence, that one. That's a similar sort of thing. Okay, so harmonics, how do we do them? I mentioned this in my Tears Don't Fall one. You're going to go over the fret wire that's going down. Not on the fret, over the fret in the middle, what you usually pick. You're going to rest your first finger. Let's just take the first note, for example, which is here, 3rd string, 5th fret. And you're going to go over the fret wire in front, okay? And just don't push the string, otherwise you're going to get this horrible, strange, dead sounding note. Just lightly pick and then remove. Pick, off. I'll do it again. Quicker. Okay. And then take your finger away. Don't hang around, otherwise you'll kill it. So lightly. So we've got 5. Then with your 3rd finger, we're going to do 7th fret, 2nd string. Okay, and this guitar part isn't something that happens really fast. You've got some time to get to the next place that you need to be at. So it goes. Okay, now that there is literally just going down on the 7th fret. And if you watch them, I'm controlling it by moving my finger. I'm not just lying it flat. I'm controlling each harmonic. And if you, just as a side bit here, if you hit those two at the same time, your 5 there, well, not at the same time, but very quick to one another, it gets this real massive discord kind of sound going on. That sounds really grim and sad, if you like. So if you leave that one ringing out over the top, it blends quite well. And then he's going down onto the... So after you've gone 5 here, 3rd string, 2 here, 7th string, you're going to go 3, 3rd string, 7th fret, and then 7th fret, 4th string. And then on the last run of it, he changes it. He goes like this. Okay, he catches this harmonic here, which can be a little bit tricky, which is on the 2nd string of the 5th fret by where we came from, which was the 3rd string. So on the last run of it, he's going to do this. And then that takes us into the pre-chorus. Yeah, the pre-chorus. That takes us into the pre-chorus. So you've got... Okay, so for the pre-chorus, you've got the guitars doing the guitars that are on the left and right doing exactly the same thing again, which is nice and easy for us. So this is going to be the same tremolo picked, palm muted thing that we did in the intro. So it's going to be this. Both guitars are doing this. And we're going to end it with a big chug or damp, if you like. And that I do with 3 downs before going into the chorus. So it's... Okay, and just listen to it. I think what he's doing there is he's playing completely locked in with Moose's kick drums. Digga 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 da, digga 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 digga. Yeah. Okay, or okay. That I think that repeats. I think it repeats twice before we do the with the mutes. So it's okay. So just keep your alternate picking tight. Keep the string muted. Okay, and make sure to do your in the middle there. Okay, that's both guitars. I might be out there by 1 or 2 notes, but from memory, that's it. Okay, just use the track, listen to it. I might be 1 or 2 notes out there, but I'm pretty sure that is the rhythm. And you'll tell me off in the comments if I got it wrong. But it's pretty close, if not it. Okay, over the top of that, you've got this this very 2008 metalcore, 2005 metalcore Discord kind of notage going on right here. Okay, how do we get that awful sound? Well, we're going to stick our pinky on the 9th fret, 3rd string, and you're going to put your first finger on the 2nd string, 6th fret. Okay, and be careful not to keep your pinky flat right there. Arch it up, because otherwise you're going to kill that note on the 2nd string, and it goes something like this over the top of that counter riff. Okay, and that's literally it, and you can fill the room with atmosphere just by making that noise. Literally, what you're doing is you're just going between 2 notes next to each other. So it's just a half-step thing going on. But rather than going, which sounds quite boring, you can really get that to ring out. Another band who are massive on this is Killswitch Engage. They'll put these big ugly chords in anywhere they can. And I mean, I wouldn't even say it's that big finger-wise, but it just sounds huge. And then kill it, and then we're going to go into the chorus. So if you're happy with that, just like with the main riff, the verse riff, and now this pre-chorus, if you're happy with it all, each time I'm going to mention that we do those sections, it's going to be exactly the same as what we've literally just done. So you're going to want to be happy with those, as the rest will be a breeze for you. Okay, so the chorus is, in theory, it's the same for guitars left and right. You're going to do... your left guitar is going to do the higher harmony here, or counterpoint if you like. So you're going to start, after you've done your... coming out of the pre-chorus, you're going to go... Okay, so ring out a big power chord right here on the 2nd fret. Pedal off. Okay. That's all with a down pick. Okay. And then after that, what you're going to do is your pinky, or 3rd finger, whichever one you prefer. Yeah, I like my pinky personally. Is going to do that fifth string on the fifth fret on the fourth string again, and you're going to slide down to 4. Okay? And make sure the notes that you were doing here are dad beforehand. Should we try that again? Okay? So. Okay? Okay? Now, if you're wondering what I'm doing out of habit here with these fingers, I'm literally just doing the full big D. But as far as that's literally out of habit, like if you were to go and play an E minor, because if we were in a no position song, that's just me resting my fingers. I don't think that big D or C chord, I should say at this point, I don't believe that whole thing is rang out. So literally, what you can do there is just play the open. If you want to play that chord, I've literally just got my first finger on the second fret of the third string, then my third finger, like a D major chord, right? But we're going to take our middle finger off. And the third finger is right there on the third fret, second string. Just strum that whole thing. It sounds absolutely massive, but you don't have to if you don't want to. You can just play the power chord on top, open. So the riff. After that, he's going to jab this C chord right here, or the C5, or third fret, fifth string. So. Okay, after that, 3 mutes, 1, 2, 3, taking you back round. Okay, that's literally it. And that's down, down, down. Okay, you're going to play that 3 times, and then on the last time, you're going to do you're going to run the chords up at the end. You're going to go up to this D here. So you're going to go C, D, or 3 and 5, 5 and 7. So all together, guitar on the left. And then back into the main riff. Okay? I'll play that slow for you. And then back into the main riff. The guitar on the right is going to do exactly the same thing, but instead of these notes here, it's going to do the lower counterpoint, which is going to be 7 and 5. Okay, so instead of, you're going to go, okay, and you get that effect. Classic bullet harmony guitar part kind of sound, right? So you've got That doesn't sound too right if you were just to play it on its own. It definitely, if you were just jamming, you play the riff on its own, definitely sounds better to do that. Okay? Or if you're playing with a friend and one of you does, and you do, it really pops out. So literally, the riff is precisely the same, but every time you would do the. This time, you're going to do the 7 down to 5. So you've got. And that's literally it for the chorus. If it looks like I'm doing a lot more there than is actually going on, I'm literally just picking that single note and sliding it down like I was with this one. Okay? If you're happy with that, brilliant, because you're set up for the rest of the song as far as choruses go. And after that, it goes back to the main riff, which is played 4 times, like in the intro, with the variation at the end where you do, instead of going, you're going to go. Okay, so that's played exactly the same as when we learned it the first time we played it. Then we're going to go back to the verse. All guitar parts are exactly the same. Don't need to do that again. We're going to go into the pre-chorus after that. All guitar parts are exactly the same. Don't need to do that again. And then back to the chorus that we've just learned, and it's exactly the same. Don't need to do that again. So there you go. So if you're happy with those parts, you're good for the next stretch of the song. Like I said, it's a nice, easy song as far as parts go and structure, because it's more your traditional verse-chorus type song rather than going all around the houses with lots of different riffs and things in the middle between choruses and verses and stuff like that. It's a nice, solid song, if you like. So moving on into the next section, we're going to set up the solo. At the end of that chorus, the second chorus, you're just going to do this. Okay? Which is just your power chord that we've been doing all along, this D power chord right here with your first finger barred across the strings. And it's actually, he actually mutes it and lets it ring out. He doesn't play it. So at the end of the chorus, he goes... Okay? That's where and this is where Padge comes in with his tappy lead thing prior to the main solo. So, literally, the way I get that is my palm is resting on the bridge like a traditional palm mute, but I'm really far back. I'm not killing it off too shallow. I'm really far back to get the hum. And let that hum ring out. And then he's going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Listen to the track, you'll hear exactly where it is. Then he does 1, 2, 3, 4. Let that ring out. So the first 3 are palm muted, and then pick slides. However you want to do those. We've talked about pick slides before, and Her Voice Resides. I went into depth on it right there. How I'm doing that is I'm just taking my pick, sitting on strings that have windings. That's how you're going to get the best result. And just sort of start at the back here and just slide down the strings. I think the thing I would say as well, don't just, otherwise you're going to get a load of noise. Make sure you've got the strings damped here with your left hand to do that. So when you're done, you've not got a load of unwanted noise ringing out. So yeah, there's your pick slide. Simple. That's guitars left and right, doing that. And then after that pick slide, we're going to go into the solo rhythm. Okay? So the solo rhythm, it's interesting. It's a riff that Matt will never get recognition for, but it's one of his, it's a really cool riff by Matt. But you're not listening to it because you're listening to the solo, so it sucks. But the riff alone, I think, is really cool. The first run through it, it's got a strange, odd rhythm in the second half. The first run through it goes something like this. Okay, that's your first run through. And again, tight Matt Tuck, you know, flicky wrist kind of thing going on. If you watch when he's doing that sort of thing, he's really actually really loose. He's not tight doing it. If you want to get that kind of sound, be really loose, control it. So he starts off with a rung out, and then, okay? Then he comes to this right here, this D chord, fit 5 and 7. He does that once. He does the same thing again. The same rhythm. But then he moves over to this dyad, this third. And don't worry about the expression third for now, but we're certainly not at third fret. We've got 5 with our middle finger here. And then you've got your first finger doing 4th fret on the 4th string. This is a little bit like your C shape right here when you learn your open chords, but we're going to bring it back. So you've got, rather than 3 and 2, you've got 5 and 4. Okay? So it's, okay? Kill. So that ends with 3rd fret, 6th string, power chord, and then kill it. So all together. Okay? That's a bit of an odd one when he goes to that dyad there, but a lot of that stuff is in bullet playing if you pay close attention. So slow. And then kill it. Okay? Then, to move us into the next part, Matt shakes it up and he sort of intensifies the rhythm. He leads us in with just 2 stabs on these power chords right here. You've got a 6th string, you've got 6th string 3rd, and then same for the 5th. So you've got, and then back round into starting off again for the next variant on that riff that we've just done from the 2nd fret. So you've got, and then into this next one. So what he does right here is he goes, okay? Okay? Then what he does is after he's done that, he moves back over to the D chord, so it's the same pattern again. And this time, he doesn't follow it with the same rhythm. He goes, okay? So, okay? Just puts an extra stab at the end of those. Okay? After that, he goes back to your 3rd fret. And then comes back round to the 2nd fret to bring us into the next lead up to the chorus. So that's quite a lot rhythmically. I'll slow it down and I'll go into it again for you all. So you've got, Okay? And that's how he finishes that. And that hang right there is your post solo, where he goes back into the sitting all alone with nothing else to say thing, with leading into the final chorus. So and that is it. It's a little bit of an odd one, and it kind of, when you're playing it, it's like, oh, quick, get, and then you get it, and then you're out of it. But that's how he finishes that one up. Riffs like that, that's kind of like a feel thing when I'm listening to it. Sort of isolated-ish when I'm moving it around on Cubase. It kind of just sounds really studio spur of the moment rhythm, if you like. Kind of just like, and then this is how we're going to end it. I don't know, I can't explain it. It's not that ending that takes us back in it. It's kind of like, it feels very last minute. That's the feel I'd say for it. I don't know, maybe other people might find it locks in quite well, which I guess it does. It certainly takes us back round. But in order to get it in, because he's doing such different stuff under there, he's going from really tight rhythm playing on this thing here. When he comes over here, he's letting those ring out. Yeah, and then he goes back into that first rhythm. There it is. It's literally over in a flash. So that's it. Okay. So after he goes, and that's literally it. Okay, so post solo, once we've done the, we're literally just gonna hang on that chord right there, our main chord, our D chord right here. Okay. And that's where he does his last run of the verse lyrics, if you like. And that is building up into the last chorus. Before we do that, the harmonics that take place over that ring out are exactly the same for the first run of it. You've got the 5 right here. So your 5 and 7. On the last run of it though, prior to the chorus, he changes it. He goes as he would. Then he goes back to 5. Then, so 5, 7, back to 5 where we were, and then finish on second string 5th. So, all in all, that's. Okay, nice and easy. Then you've got your last chorus leading in with a, and this time I think he's a little bit higher up, and he's catching some of those harmonics this time before he does the, so he gets the, or somewhere a little bit higher up. So this time you can get some of those harmonics ringing out for that damp that leads into the chorus. Okay, so you've got, and the chorus is literally exactly the same as we learned it earlier. Like I've said before, each guitar doing the, guitar on the left doing the higher one there on the 5 and 4, guitar on the right doing the 7 to 5. Okay, and the outro riff is exactly the same again. You're going to play the riff twice, and then you're just going to finish with a load of, so the outro riff would be something like this. After that, and that's literally it. and then it ends. And that's literally all the rhythms. So play the riff twice as you would. And again. And at the on that last run of those hammer-ons, done. That's it. And that's literally all the rhythm parts for this song. I think I've covered pretty much everything. Rhythmically anyway. It's a real tight, fast one. So just take it section by section. Like I said, the nice thing about this part is once you've learned each section for what it is, like the verse riff, the chorus riff, the pre-chorus riff, it is the same again each time. But yeah, just take it slow with this one. I had to. I hadn't played this one much before. That riff is a pain. Yeah, that takes some doing that. So yeah, that being said, let's move on over into the solo. So unlike the other lessons that we've had, her voice resides and tears don't fall. This solo is all Page. And there's what I like to think is two sections to it. There's the tappy part, which is where Matt sings about breaking the silence. And then you've got the main thrashy solo itself. So let's take a look at the first part, the tappy part. I'm going to go through this really slow. I'm not going to bolster through this, otherwise, we're not going to cover it accurately. What I will say about this solo is it can be a little bit intimidating because it leads in with the tapping thing and then you've got the really fast thrashy thing. So it's all natural minor positions for this if you know your scales. There's one note, which is your Master of Puppets note, if you like, which is right there. That's the only thing that's different. But if you know your natural minor positions or your modal positions, if you know Aeolian, if you know how to play in, if you know where Aeolian sits for this key, where all your scales are mapped out, you're just going to follow those patterns, okay? If you don't worry about it. We're going to go through them anyway. That was just a heads up to anybody who might have learned modes and stuff like that. Don't worry, you don't need to know them for this. It helps, but hey, this is just patterns, I promise. So to start with, you've got a tapping run, okay? And it's the same pattern. Let's learn the pattern, and then all you've got to worry about is moving your right hand here. So tapping, rest your thumb on top of the neck. Make your pick disappear. I like to tap with my middle finger. That allows me to hide my pick right here. That's comfortable for me. Might be different for you guys, but that's comfortable for me. The key here is to have your thumb resting on the top of the neck. Okay? You see people tapping and it's all out of time and out of key because they're hitting wrong frets. And that's because they've got no anchor point. If you anchor your thumb there, it's literally just going to guide you wherever you need to go for tapping with your middle finger. Okay? Or if you're doing it with your first finger, the same thing again. Okay? Right here, we're going to go down to the 7th fret with our middle finger. You can use your first finger if you like. Hell, you can use any finger you want. I like my middle finger for this because it's kind of got like a, I don't know, it's just a feel thing, okay? That's the fret that we're going to be constantly using. That's not going to change, okay? So just go ahead and put your middle finger, first string, 7th fret, okay? Let's go all the way up to 19 now. Leave that there. Let's go all the way up to 19 now with our middle finger, okay? And what you're going to do, have your middle finger floating over 7th fret. We're not going to fret it just yet, but just have it around that vicinity. Tap with your middle finger 19. Okay? Then pull it off. Okay? And then hammer on 7th fret with your third middle finger. Okay? And that's the pattern. Okay, that's literally it. It's that pattern. All we're going to be doing is just changing the top note now. Okay? So you're going to go, get that up to speed. And now we're just going to move down. We're going to go. So we're going to go 1917. Okay? Then we're going to go 15. 14. So altogether that's... Okay? Slower. Okay? And notice how my middle finger here hasn't moved. Yeah? 7th fret stays exactly the same. And it's all on one string. Okay? And then you just get it like that. We're just descending. Okay? And what I would say is in between those notes, just make sure you're coming off with your middle finger. So when you've tapped here, you can pull off to the open. So if you watch. Okay? So. My middle finger comes off. Or your first finger, whichever one you're using. And what I'd say for the movement, once I've hammered on here with my left hand, get moving to your next fret with your right hand. While that's there, get moving again. While that's there, get moving again. Okay? It's just about the movement and the spaces between the notes. Move. 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 Okay? Okay? Making sure to pull off to that open. And I'm moving a downward position for that. Yeah? And when you're pulling, don't yank on it. Light as we go. The gain and your sustain will take care of the rest, okay? Once you've gone down to foot, so you've got 19, 17, 15, 14. Then you're going to go back to 15, back to 17. Okay, so treat that as one run. Okay? That's it. Once you've done that, we're going to go 15, 14, 12, 11. That's your harmonic minor note right there. That's why it sounds classical or spooky, if you like. So altogether, that's... Once you've got down to that 11, okay, we're going to build back up. Okay, that's the full run. And please, I say this every lesson, use your ear. Yeah, it's the best tool that you have. I promise you. If you listen. That's the pattern over the top of it. If you can hear that, yeah, you're gonna and know your frets, the muscle memory and your ear training is all gonna kick in for this. So once you've gone down there, once you've gone 12, 11, back to 12, 14, 15, 17, 15, 14. Okay? So that's... And that's it. And that happens twice. No variation on it whatsoever. Okay? So, nice and slow. Okay. And how I treat that is two sections within. Just notice when I get down to 12, I stop and I recalibrate. Yeah. So when I go from the 12th run on the 12th fret there, I recalibrate and I think, okay, that's that section, that's that bar if you like. Then move into the next part. Check it out. If you play it with this rhythm, it will help. And again. And again. 12. Okay. 12. 11. And just work on that rhythm. When we start, if you can do that straight at the beginning, it's just a matter of guiding yourself and moving your way along the neck to those different notes. Okay? So I hope I've been clear with that one and spent enough time on that for you, because it's quite easy to just go, yep, done. So, okay. What happens next? The main solo. Don't be intimidated by this. You can do it. Padge gets, I should say, quicker with every album. So the Poison era, very sort of basic. I mean, it's effective. It's good. It's really good, but it's very basic patterns and shapes. Not too quick, I guess. Screaming Fire, start getting a bit ballsier in his playing, I think. A bit more pentatonic stuff in there. A bit more sort of big fast runs. Coming on to Fever, start playing a little faster, start getting a lot more scaly and a bit more exotic with his scales. Tampa, believe it or not, even faster again. That's when he really sort of stepped his game up massively. I know the songs might not have been there for, I mean, I like that album, but I know a lot of people don't. But if you listen to the solos on that album, they're all there. They're all really good. And then come Venom, he was really, really fast, or is really fast even to this day. And this album, kind of, it's all about the small movement, but fast picking on one string to get the full effect. You can see Padge's growth, and you'll see your own growth as well as you learn these solos as well. You know, good place to start with Bottom of Valentine solos is the Poison, and just work your way through the albums, because, like I said, his playing gets better as each album goes along, or I don't want to say better, but faster, if you like, or more impressive, should we say. So the main solo, it starts off with these double step, or double stop things, blues things, I should say, with wah. The wah pedal is off and on right the way through this. So here's how he starts. Right, what's that? That's just blues double stops, okay? What I'm doing is you can do it with your pinky if you like, but I like the feel of my third finger. I've got 10th fret, second string, and then I've got first finger right here on the 7th fret, first string, and I'm going to pick those notes together. So keep your fingers arched. Keep your first finger where it is and bend up. Okay? Now if you turn your wrist inward, bend with your wrist, you should be able to keep those fingers arched. I don't mean inward like this. What I mean is towards your body, going that way. Okay? So that's that one. Then, so hit that twice. And what you're actually doing is you're bending the pitch of this note up to the pitch of this note here. Check it out. Yeah, that's what you're aiming for. So you hit that twice. Okay? Pick, bend, pick, bend. Then come back a fret each. So now you've got 9 and 6. Give a bit of a shake if you want to. The wah pedals on there. Wah, wah, wah. Okay? Really giving it that sort of Dimebag, Kirk Hammett, Zach Wild kind of thing going on. Okay? Then what he's going to do is this run here. This is a lot less going on than it sounds. And it's a typical sort of Alexi Laiho, Gus G kind of pattern going on with getting the most out of playing on one string at a time. 3 note per string, or 3 frets. Okay? You've got your pinky, 12th, coming back from there. I like to use my middle finger for this. You can use your third finger if it's easier for you. I prefer the third finger. And I've got my thumb on the back of the neck here and keep it in line with it. If I'm too over, I can't get the reach and I can't get the stretch. Or the speed. There's times where you want your thumb over the neck. For bands, thumb over the neck every time. That's your support. That's your anchor point. If you don't put your thumb over the neck to bend, that's going to happen. Okay? So. Okay? When you're coming over into this, let your thumb move to the back of the neck. All the emphasis in lessons is all about what you're doing with your fingers here. But let your body... Playing guitar is a very physical thing, yeah? Let your body move with it. Once you've had your thumb over for those 2 bands there, let your thumb come onto the back of the neck for this very almost classical kind of run, yeah? So what you're going to do is you're going to go 12, 10, 8. So you're going to go 12, 8. I notice how my first finger's down on 8 already. Ready for it. So you're going to go 12, 8, 10, 12, back to 10, back to 8. Keep it alternate picked as well, starting with the down. Okay, same pattern on the next string, but play it twice. So we've got 12, 10, and the 8. But we're going 12, 8, 10. Okay? Do it twice. So far you've got this. Okay? And then what you're going to do is come back a fret each. So now you've got 11, 9, and 7. Yeah? 11 with your pinky, 9 with your middle or third, whichever one you're using there, and then 7 with your first, and do the same pattern again. And then just finish with a 9th fret and give it a good old shake. So you got... Okay? And it's that simple. Slowed down, it doesn't sound like anything, but when you get it up to speed, it sounds absolutely monstrous. Like I said, people like Alexi Laiho and Gus G made a career on this, and obviously Padge too. Okay, so... Okay? Play to a metronome, yeah? Don't just use this lesson. Get that pattern, isolate it. Don't stick it in with the rest. Play that with a metronome. Start off slow. That's how you're going to get your right hand and your left hand to sync up for this one, because every note is picked. Okay? So all together, you'd have this. Okay? So next, where are we going? Oh yeah. Now we've got this sort of like, it sort of reminds me of the Poison a little bit. That sort of era where he did a lot of very melodic sort of tunes in his solos, I want to say. Padge never forgets about the melody in his solos. He can absolutely rip and tear, but he never forgets about its melodic content, if you like. So it goes something like this. Okay? Now, how I do that is I slide in from my third finger. I slide in on the second string to 17th fret. Right there. That's a feel thing right there. If you would prefer not to do that, you can slide into 12th fret. It really doesn't matter. 12th fret on the first string. Whichever one's more comfortable for you. Personally, I go like this. Okay? And what I'm doing here, this is all major shape pattern, if you know your major shapes. Dead easy. 17, second string, 14, 15. Okay? And then going up to 17 with the 15. Okay, and then you're up to 19 and 17. So you've got... Okay, like I said, that really reminds me of something off of the first album. So... Okay. Okay, that's that. Okay, keep it alternate picked. After that, okay, that happens 4 times. Put your first finger, 12th fret, first string. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my middle finger. This is a feel thing. These are the fingers I like to use. I'm pretty sure Padge does the same. Skip a fret, go 14, 15, third finger. Come back off with your 15th finger and you're going to go. Okay? So pick 14, hammer 15, pull 14, pull 12 that was already there. Okay? Okay? Nice and slow. After you've done that once, you're going to do 15 with your third finger on the second string, and then back to 12, where your first finger was. Your first finger shouldn't have to move, actually, if I think about it. Okay, that's the run of it. And that's it. And again. And just repeat that 4 times. Once you've finished it, after the 4th one, big whole step bend. 15th fret on the second string, so you got... I notice how when I go to do that bend, I get the fingers behind it. My first finger moves along with the second finger to really support that 15 bend. Okay, so you got... Okay, and give it a good shake as well. So all together that would be... Okay. Okay. And that's that part. So next, what we've got is this run. If you want the most out of this run, it goes from the 6th string all the way to the 1st. If you want the most out of this run, come onto your bridge pickup right here. That's how you get that really thick sort of Zakk Wylde kind of tone going on with it. The only thing I'd say for this, just keep it slow and remember the patterns. Okay? So how are we going to do this? We are going to go 14th fret, and it's a 1st finger, 3rd finger, pinky run. So that is starting on the 6th string. Okay, but because we're tuned down, we're going to have to start all the way up here. Okay, and then come back to our box shape here, if you like, with the 12th fret. So, okay, so you got 14, 16, 15, sorry, wow, 14, don't play that, 14, 16, 17, then come back with your 1st finger and go 12, 14, 15, so you've got... Keep it down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? And just get used to moving that. Down, up, down, up, down, up, okay? Okay, once you've got that, you're going to play that again. 12, 14, 15. Okay, and then you're going to move up back to the same position we started at, and you're going to go to the 14, 16, 17. Okay, so you've got repeat. So all together. Okay, once you've got to there, repeat again, and it's the same 1st finger, 3rd finger, pinky run pattern. Then repeat. Once you get there, because that's going to come down onto the 3rd string, so you're going to come back down. Okay? That is going to be 14, 16, 17, 14, 16, 17 on the 3rd string, come back to 16, come back to 14, pinky, coming back down where we were, 17 on the 4th string, okay? So once you are there, once you've gone to that 17, we're going to go back down. So you got... Okay? Real slow now. Use your ear with this one. Okay? Again, it's one of those things that are really hard to play slow. If you do it a quicker pace, not up to speed obviously, but a quicker pace, you'll get the rhythm of it and you'll get the pattern of it, and otherwise it's just gonna be too long, and you're just gonna lose track of it. Okay? Once you get to that 17 there, once you start coming back down, once you get to that 17 there, play 14 again on the 3rd string, then back to 17, come down to 16, then come down to 14, and you're starting that again. So watch this. Okay? That's when you start again. Okay? Okay? So treat that as one run now. Okay? Okay? Treat that as one run. So isolated, that is that strange little grouping that goes on there. Okay, so altogether you should have this now. Then you're coming on to back to the 14, 16, 17 idea, and you're going to play that twice. That's going to take us into the next one. So altogether. Once you get to there, and you're finishing up with your pinky on 17th fret, start the run again, and we are going to move. Okay, so that starts from here, where we ended, which was 14, 16, 17. So you're going to play that again, and then you're going to position move and play a very, very similar, if not the same pattern right here. You're going to have 17, 19, 20. Okay, so start it from here. Get used to that there. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Keep your down, up, down, up, down, up picking going. Your alternate picking. Okay, so you're going to go 14, 16, 17, 17, 19, 20. Okay, so that's going to go something like this. Once you get to there, repeat. And you're going to do exactly the same pattern as we did here. Yeah? Okay. So we're going to go repeat. Upper string, first string. Okay? But this time we're just going to finish on the 17th fret and give it a good shake. Okay? So you've got... Okay, so it's 2 runs. Start with this one. Cut that there. That is 1 run. Okay, slow. That is 1 run. The second run, repeat where you finished. I'm finishing off on that 17th fret right there. There are tabs online for this. I've not looked at too many of them, so just go easy there. But these are the notes, I believe. Like I said, it's a lot easier to play quick than it is slow, believe me on that one. Once you get there, it's so hard to slow down. But if you slow this video down, I've repeated it and repeated it for you, so you can purposely slow this down with the thing at the bottom where you can change the track speed of the video on YouTube, so that hopefully you can use your ear and just keep going over it and finally get it. I'll go over those sections again because this is important. Okay? So there you go. There's that section. If you've got any questions, just give me a shout, comments, or come find me on Instagram. Okay. After you've landed on that 17 there, I'm going to come off the neck pickup for this now, and we're going to go back into some double stop unison harmony bends. Okay. Okay. So you've got literally, you've got a pentatonic shape, 12th fret, 15th. So first finger with your 12th fret, literally the same as these ones here that we did earlier. Got first finger 12, second string. I've got my third finger there on 15. Okay. I'm going to hit it twice. I'm going to go. Your thumb over the neck, really support that bend. Then bring it forward 2 frets. And do the same thing again, just the once this time though. So you should have 15 and 14. So you've got... Okay, then next we've got this last run. Okay, this now, so you've got... Come off that bend, and then you're going to come to 16th fret, and you're going to go... You're going to go 16, 17, 19. Okay? 16, 17, 19. Then you're going to go 17, 19, 20. Get used to the position and the finger change on that one. Okay? Once you've done that, repeat it. So you got... Repeat that 17, 19, 20. Okay? So repeat it. Yeah? And we're going to do the same grouping thing here that we did earlier, that we did around the 14th. And when we landed on the end of the last fast run. Okay? It's the same grouping. So you're going to lead in. But when you get here, once you land right there, on 17th fret of the first string, you're going to finish with double stops. Okay? Okay? That double stop bend right there is you've got 17 coming over with your first finger, coming over to 20 with your third finger. And then you're going to come up a fret. So then you should have 18 and 21. Okay? 1, 2, 3. So... I'm just going to look at that little section again there. And play it a few times for you. Then you do your bends. That's your grouping. Okay, so what seems like a load of notes going at lightning speed, once you hear it mathematically, if you like, in the groupings, all of a sudden it doesn't become so scary once it's slower. So... And there it is. There's your solo. I hope I've been as thorough as possible there. I'm going to play the whole thing now slow. Okay? So once you've got your sections, you can play along to it. So let's see how we do. Okay, so I hope that was slow enough so that once you've learned the sections, you can keep going over that and then maybe even make it slower. And yeah, um, I hope I've been as thorough as there as possible. Like I said, if there's any questions you've got or anything, just hit me up in the comments and I'll try and help out. So yeah, there's Broken by Both My Valentine. I hope this lesson's been helpful. Even if you take 1 or 2 points away from it, I hope it's useful to you, or if you've learned the whole song from it, even better. And yeah, for updates and stuff like that, come follow me on Instagram. You know the usual stuff. That's the best way to find out what I'm doing until I can make community posts on here when I push over 100 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers, I should say. And the best way to do that is for you guys to just keep sharing. And yeah, and continuing to support. So thank you so much for all that. Down below is the links to all my stuff, my private guitar lessons that I'm doing over Zoom now. There's a link to my website right there. Other than that, if you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and even subscribe if you're new here. If you've been here since the beginning, thank you so much for continuing to support me. And yeah, let me know what you want to see next, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys.